You know, I actually can't remember the last time I actually had a can of 7-Up. But for some reason, tonight just felt like the time for it. Don't know why. Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aidan, and in today's review we have an absolutely incredible pair of shoes to take a look at. A pair that I've actually been waiting for a very long time. So in today's review we will be breaking down the three-way collaboration between LeBron and Liverpool and Nike for this absolutely beautiful Air Max 1. Now, as a lifelong Liverpool fan, I was very excited for these, couldn't wait to get them in hand, couldn't wait to bring you guys the review. So without any further ado, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So just like we always do, before we take a look at the shoes, let's just get this off with the packaging. And because this is actually a collaboration, we do get a really nice box to go along with the release. Now the box itself is a little bit different to your standard Air Max 1, as it is actually a pull drawer rather than just a regular box. And the box itself is done in this really nice greenish colour. Now the box itself does consist of some Liverpool branding along with some LeBron branding across the front as well. Very nice. Now on this side of the box we do have a little logo on there for "You'll Never Walk Alone." And then on the opposite side of that we then have LeBron's mantra, which is "Strive for Greatness." So there it is. Very nice again in my opinion. Now if we do just take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the Nike Air Max 1 PRM, and this is in the Summit White black colourway, and this is a UK size 9 as it is a personal pair. Now that is the size label for anyone who wants to see it, so if you do want to see it, just pause the video there, get a good look at it, that's how it should look. And then if we do open up the box itself, as I said, this is a pull drawer, so we'll just pull this open, you get your pretty standard tissue paper, and then underneath that, we have what we came for, so let's go ahead and get straight into the shoes. 7-Up, nothing will ever beat it, oh yes. Woohoo! So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 1 in the Liverpool colourway. Now for obvious reasons, and for anyone who knows me, you'll already know that I am a lifelong Liverpool fan. Always have been, always will be. So ever since I saw the pre-release images for these, I have been absolutely incredibly excited to try and get them for my own collection. Every single month that's passed by since I first saw these, I've constantly been waiting and looking for any information about them, and then every time new images surfaced about these, I just got more and more excited for it. So wouldn't you know it, as we approached the release, my excitement did get the best of me, and I did end up actually entering more raffles than I probably would have actually needed to.
No, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts and maybes, I do absolutes.
Now I did get a little bit of information, a little bit of an inside look into these, and I was told that they were going to be fairly limited. Funnily enough, after entering every single raffle and even entering on the Sneakers Pass, these turned out to be readily available. So after doing all the footwork that I did to try and get them, the day before they also dropped on the LFC website as well, which meant that I was able to use my members discount to actually get these under retail the day before release. As the release itself happened, I ended up with about 4 pairs, which, just to put it out there, make sure you do your proper due diligence for future releases. That's a message to future me, because honestly, ending up with 4 pairs of these definitely wasn't on the agenda. With that in mind, I am of course very excited to have these. The fact that we have them in the collection for under retail as well, definitely not going to hear any complaints out of me. Now, as I'm sat here doing this video for you guys right now, these are still readily available on the LFC website. I did also see that they restocked over on the 7 store, and I do expect that they will be available in store as well. So if you are watching this video today to decide if this is something you want for your own personal collection as well, in this review, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know, from materials through to sizing. So by the end of this video, you can decide for yourself whether this is something you want for your collection as well. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with. And even though this is a Liverpool-inspired release, to the untrained eye, this might actually just look like any ordinary Air Max 1 release. The reason for that is it has been dressed in this really nice colour combination of white, black, teal green with a little splash of red, all of which is actually inspired by Liverpool's third kit rather than our home kit, which most people would associate with Liverpool as a brand. But more on that as we go throughout the review itself. For now, if we kick this off from the front of the shoe and we'll gradually work our way back. So at the base of the shoe, we do have your pretty standard white mesh material making up the toe box itself, which is then nicely accented with this soft black leather around the toe box on the mudguard. Now, just as far as the materials are concerned, I am just going to say, it's not pulling down any trees, it's not the best quality overall in terms of the leather. It also does have a slightly more synthetic feel to it rather than like a genuine leather, but overall has a really soft feel to it overall, and I do think the quality isn't necessarily the biggest downfall of the shoe. Does it necessarily warrant the new price point of £165? Probably not, but I don't necessarily feel like that's the only thing you're paying for with a shoe like this. So I would just definitely say it's not the best quality, it's also not the worst, so it's somewhere there in the middle. And as we then continue to work our way throughout the rest of the upper, we do have that transition into this really nice teal green colour. Now we see this first of all on the U-throw, but then again in the quarter midfoot panel. Now the leather this time is slightly different, feels like a slightly thicker cut. Not necessarily more premium or anything else like that, but overall is of a pretty nice quality. And then as we do work our way into the midfoot portion, just like what we saw with the mudguard, we do have more of that smooth black leather making up the Nike swoosh on both the lateral and medial sides of the shoe. From there, as we then work our way onto the ankle collar, we'll start off with the top eye stays to begin with. Now the eye stays themselves have been constructed using this teal TPU material, and then around the eye stays we have more of that teal leather, just like what we saw in the midfoot. As we then reach the ankle collar itself, just like what we saw with the toe box, we do have more of that white mesh material making up the ankle collar itself. And as we reach the heel, we do have some really nice alternating branding. So if we start off with the right foot to begin with, we do have that "You'll Never Walk Alone." And then on the left foot, just like what we saw with the box, we do have LeBron James's mantra, which is "Strive for Greatness." Again, a really, really nice touch. I absolutely love alternating branding every now and then. It's not something I want with every release. I do love Nike Air on the back in most cases, but I would definitely say the fact we have "You'll Never Walk Alone" on the back of the shoe, you definitely just can't beat it. It had to be there.
You're goddamn right.
Now, as far as lacing options are concerned for this one, we do only actually get one set of laces. Now, the laces themselves are just your pretty standard flat white laces that come in the shoe to begin with. I personally feel like it's the best look anyway, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I wouldn't be surprised if some people mess around with it, do something a little bit different, be a little bit creative. But for me personally, I think this white look is the best one, so that's the one I'm going to go with. And then the laces themselves do sit atop a white mesh tongue at the base of the shoe itself. As we then work our way up to the top of the tongue, we then have this white tongue tag with the teal green Nike Air Max branding in the centre. And from there, as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, as I was saying a little bit earlier, we have this really nice splash of red. I will be honest, it's looking a little bit more pinky in this lighting setup, but overall, I did think it was a really nice touch. Gives the shoe a little bit of a nice pop. And from there, as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we do have your pretty basic insoles in there, but we do also have some alternating branding. So with the right foot, we do have the Liverpool emblem with the LFC branding underneath. And then with the left foot, we do have the LeBron James logo on there as well. Again, a very, very nice touch in my opinion. And then just to close that in terms of the details, as we then work our way down to the midsole, we do have a polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit towards the heel. And the midsole itself has been painted in this really nice sail colour. Now, if you do look closely at the air unit, it does also feature this really nice tint of red, again, to add something a little bit different and give the shoe a nice pop. And from there, as we then work our way onto the outsole, we do have your traditional Air Max 1 style of outsole with that waffle design. And it has been done in this really nice colour combination of the teal green with a slightly darker green. And overall, a really nice look in my opinion. And then when it does come to the overall sizing for these, as I was saying a little bit earlier on in the video, I went with my natural true to size fit, which is a UK size 9. And just like all my other Air Max 1s, these fit me absolutely perfectly. So if you are looking for any sizing tips, I am just going to suggest you go with your natural true to size fit in whatever you would regularly wear in Air Max 1s. If you've never owned a pair before, fortunately enough, Air Max 1s seem to be more and more available at pretty much every major retailer. Not necessarily this colourway, but just other Air Max 1s in general. So if you've never tried a pair, head to your local store, try one out before you buy. But overall, I do think just going with your natural true to size fit, you'll be absolutely fine. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know. So if we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say they are a very solid 9 out of 10. I will be honest, I was a little bit tempted to give them 7 out of 10, for obvious reasons, but I did ultimately decide against it. But in a way, we still got it in, so there we go. Now the shoe itself, in my opinion, has been absolutely executed beautifully. Again, it's not the most premium materials, it's not necessarily the most outlandish colourway, but I think as far as like a Liverpool-inspired release, being the fact that even people that don't like football, don't support Liverpool, are still able to maintain and actually wear these and actually have them in a collection. I think Nike, LeBron and Liverpool did an excellent job. I think the branding on the inside, the little details on the heel were absolutely beautiful, executed perfectly. And overall, I've got absolutely no gripes with these other than the price point. £165 is a little bit too much, so if you can get them under retail, I think go for it, don't even hesitate. But if you are paying full retail, is this worth it? I guess that ultimately comes down to your own opinions. I would actually like to get your guys' opinion on this one as well, so let me know what you think of my rating, let me know what you think of this shoe, and any other thoughts, do make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, as always, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.